Well,
Oh,
shall we get started?
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
I guess so. With what little time short I have, let's let him cast fireball a few times. Maybe that'll give us an edge.
Uh, I say we don't let Gregor. I don't know. Fuck, man. This is bullshit. He's sending us to our suicide mission, and he isn't even here.
Fucking right.
Yeah, I mean the whole journey was a suicide mission down here. And now we're actually here, and it's like, the fuck yeah, Gregor!
Imagine not coming to your biggest fucking leveling up quest.
I'm trying to find the right image to set the tone.
Like the image to show just how fucked we are.
Here we go. This looks good. The three of you stand alone before the last level of the ossuary. A gate made of steel and bone blocks your path. You can hear the growling of a devil behind the door. What do you do?
Well, Gregor's not here. Let's leave.
Sorry, I've gone.
So we can hear, but can we see?
um, as you look beyond the door through the gaps, you only see bones. Bones everywhere.
All right, I still have Pebble, so I'm gonna have him squeeze it through the door, see what he sees.
It was nice knowing you, Pebble. You should rename him Bait.
There's a glass pane between the metal grates. Are you smashing the window with the pebble, or what are you doing?
But no, he's not. And Pebble is a rat.
Ah, okay. So when Pebble the rat sneaks underneath the door, he just sees a pile of bones, like this. I didn't mean to turn the microphone on while I coughed at you. My apologies.
Hey, you're sick too?
I know. Fuck. I don't know if all my coworkers just came back from Wuhan or what, but I feel awful. Alright, can I make a nature check to try and know more about the Bone Devil? Sure. Also, everybody update your character sheets if you've changed anything. And change your characters.
I noticed I had the Emerald card, so I'm like, I'm gonna update. So it's yeah.
Holy shit. Alright, so you know, Xavier, that Bone Devils punch way above their weight class. They like to hide in piles of bones and jump out and attack unsuspecting victims while perfectly camouflaged. They have a fuck ton of resistances. They're telepathic, and their tail is poisonous. These bastards are brutal.
I mean, I do remember all this from fucking the Witch Doctor campaign. I don't remember the exact defenses, but I remember these. I remember it's a thing.
Yeah, I remember how we managed to take them down with a group of level 5 clerics.
Yeah, but that was like with the full party, wasn't it? Now it's just the three of us that are level 10s. Or is it, no, we're level 9. What am I talking?
Yeah, because the fact of the matter is, I'll be going, wait, we're level 10? How did I not know?
I'm comparing Joseph to Jonathan. It was the J's that.
Yeah, Funny thing is, I have another. Like my other transmuter's level 10. But Shorad's going. He's gonna turn to Xavier and asks, "Well,
I think he's getting information. Like, that is always a bad thing. But thankfully, we do have magical means.
So Xavier, with your 31 nature check, you just a wealth of information springs to your mind, and you remember that they are resistant to cold, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical attacks, and you're pretty sure they have more resistances and immunities on top of that, but there's just not enough room in the human brain for all the horrible ways this creature can not die but make you die. But yes, as Pebble examines the room, there's nothing that immediately jumps out to you as suspicious. It'd be almost impossible to spot a bone devil in a room full of bones. There is what appears to be a treasure chest made out of bones, but that is 120 feet straight up at the tucked away in a corner of the very ceiling. And Xavier turns and says, "Well, if we're going in, I must tell you some things that we must expect. That we must expect a surprise attack."
Well, I wouldn't be too surprised in a terrain of full bones for something that calls itself a bone devil. So what you're saying is we're probably the only ones that can actually do any significant amount of damage to them. Our followers, as I look over to them, are not so.
He does. Xavier points out that Geoff and Heathcliff don't have magical weapons, and he's probably got more resistances.
Yep. Fuck. I pull out the sending stone and I call for Gregor. Gregor, the fuck you win? Did you take a piss? I waste the charge for that.
You hear nothing but static in response. A little bit of purple mist that comes out of your sending stone.
I did that mostly for a joke, and I was willing to waste the charge just for it.
So, you know what the monster is. You know it's going to ambush you. You know that you have a pretty decent supply of backup fighters. What do you do?
Um. So, out of character, Xavier. I get where you're going with the longsword thing, but did you forget I have a -2 to my strength? I'm better at versatile or light weapons. Actually, no, it's finesse and light weapons, not versatile. Hey, are you saying I'm not useful, you bastard?
Hey, there's always Geoff and Heathcliff who can hold a sword. They're pretty strong boys.
That is very true. Oh wait, we took a long rest earlier, right? Then GF would have gotten some health back, unless I'm trying to remember where. Oh yeah, I remember where Jeff lost the fucking HP now for when I triggered that trap.
Yeah, I believe all of you guys found like a little secret passageway before you got here. So if you guys wanted to, you all could have long rested immediately beforehand.
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out where this damage came from after, even though we took a long rest, and it was because I triggered that one trap.
I broke my pencil.
Alright, so are we going here, or are we gonna wait for reinforcements, guys?
Like, Shora goes, I have an idea.
Joseph will slowly turn his head and look toward him.
Well, like, he did say it's not magical weapon, not magical weapons, right? So. And he, okay, did Xavier tell us about that that the Bone Devil likes to move in and out of the bones?
He said he's confident that it will attempt to ambush you from the bones. And without Gregor here with his magic glasses, you have no idea where he's going to try and ambush you from.
All right, sure. I guess. Well, there is this creature that is capable of grabbing things rather well. So, Shora leans in and whispers into Joseph's ear. Glabrazu. I turn you into that.
You're turning me into a. Oh fucking god! Okay, Joseph's gonna look at you with concern, like, I'm not gonna like how this feels, am I?
Oh, it's got to feel really weird, but there is one thing that they're good at. They're good at grabbing things. So, thinking maybe when he goes to ambush you, you grab him. You grab him and you pull him up out of the bones and hold him there.
That's if I can.
Well, you got a better idea?
None.
That's what I thought.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Wait, a Glabrazu is like a CR9. Can you make people that powerful?
I can make CR equal to their level, and we're level 9.
Oh, shit. I believe you, but I'm double checking anyway.
What the fuck is this thing called? I want to see this thing you want to transform me into now.
Glabrazu.
Huh, well shit. God, polymorph is a powerful spell. Holy shit.
The only problem is that it's concentration, so. Well, it's either.
Oh, I remember this guy. Did Zio throw this fucker at us?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Shorehand goes, this is going to feel weird.
Ah, great.
Okay, when I turn him into this, you go through the door, and we'll. All right.
Okay.
Hold up. Is the door even openable? For one, can we open it? X?
Okay, before we go any further, pincer attack, grappled. The escape DC is rolled both when the attack lands and at the end of a character's turn. It doesn't specifically say that, so I'm saying it now, so there's no arguments in the future. That will be my ruling for grapple.
Okay, so basically, like, if I were to go for if the creature to escape, it's for both at the beginning of my turn and the end of its turn, correct? Or
So the first time it gets hit, it can roll to escape. Then, from that point forward, at the end of each of its turns, and only then can it roll to escape.
oh,
So it's got a brief window of opportunity as soon as it gets hit to try and like dex its way out of the grapple, but from then on it's fucked until it can break out.
okay.
I'm going to rule that it is, since it just says escape DC, and that's very vague, I'm going to say it's dex at first and strength once it's targeted. Does anyone complain about that in advance before we actually get into the session?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Alright. I just didn't want there to be a game-stopping dispute about how grappling works. So, yes, let's move forward. You said you're not even sure if the door opens. A good thing to find out.
Yeah, and being a rogue, I can unlock it while I'm still myself.
Yeah, it would be better for you to do that before I decide to turn you into a pincer thing.
Alright, so can we open this or is it locked?
So, True Sight is for magical invisibility. It is not invisible, it is camouflaged. So, you can attempt to open it right now. You can peer through the glass windows and try to find it first, or you can kick in this goddamn door and just start fireballing everything.
Huh? Well, well, fuck it. Unlock it. I mean, that, as far as we know, it doesn't know we're here, right? Right?
If it does, it hasn't told you.
Yeah, that is very true. Huh.
So, who's pressing the door?
Oh,
I'll unlock the goddamn door.
Alright, are you going to make any checks upon the door before you open it?
I mean, like, do I have to use sleight of hand to unlock it, or is it already unlocked? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, can we or open it normally?
investigation check to see if there are any traps on it.
Roll for it.
No, yeah. You all got me concerned now. That'll be a 23. Thank you for the advantage.
Alright, so as you open the door ever so slightly, you see that there is a cable on the door at the very bottom, which leads to a metal grate that is between your feet. You get down on your hands and knees and put your eye to the grate, and you see this grate has blackened char marks. And as you look through the grates with your dark vision, you can see what appear to be heavily burned metal pipes, about 20 of them directly beneath your feet.
Wow. Okay, so, needs to be tugged to activate, so I'm just gonna ever so gently cut the wire.
Alright, as As you cut the wire, the cord falls to the ground and nothing happens.
So now it's open. I'm gonna just like push it slightly open and be like, "Well, now we can get in here. You can transform me now, and I'll go in like some giant red thing."
All right, on three. One, I cast fire. Cast polymorph.
You bastard!
I thought you said you were gonna cast fireball. Alright, so as you polymorph into the glabres, you walk into the room. You can see its dimensions are 150 feet wide, 150 feet deep, and 30 feet high. There's just bones everywhere. There is a massive chandelier of bones, 20 feet in diameter, in the very top of the room. And you can see in the corner where Pebble pointed out that the chest that was pointed out is massive. It is large enough to fit a couple people inside.
Alright. I wonder what could be in there, but we're hearing growling, so it could be in here as well. So,
Are you walking in alone? Are people coming with you? What are you doing?
I'm going in first, so that way I can draw out this thing. Basically, give it some target first.
I would like you to roll for perception while I roll for stealth.
Alright,
Yeah.
let's see. I'm using the creature's perception, which is goddamn +3.
I'm going to give this creature advantage because he's amongst bones.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna stay out of the chamber because if he gets hit and loses concentration, you're back to boring old Joseph.
Well, even with advantage, you still managed to spot him. So, you detect the slightest rustling of bones as you see this creature burst from the bone pile and attack. It does not get a surprise round because you saw it coming, which means we are rolling for initiative. You are 30 feet away from the party.
Bring it on, boy! Alright, so I'll use the monster's initiative or my initiative?
Monsters.
Gotcha. And Dex, that's a plus. Hey, work!
I don't even know.
I gotta roll for.
Be right back.
No problem. Oh! Shred's the only one going before the fucking bone. I'm gonna at Gregor one last.
All right, we ready?
Let's move over, baby.
Sure, Ad, you're up first.
Okay, Shorad will take one look in there. Does my character see the Bone Devil as well?
Yes, you see that Joseph has moved 30 feet up, and 5 feet away from him, leaping from a pile of bones with its stinger ready to attack. You are able to get a shot off before it can actually attack your friend.
All right, Shorad will let loose a firebolt at the creature's tail.
All right, roll for it. As you, this Bone Devil's armor is so thick that this firebolt attack just sort of ricochets off without even leaving a scorch.
Shorad will stay out of the room and end his turn.
Guess whose turn it is?
The Bone Devils, bring it, bitch!
The Bone Devil makes 3 attacks, 2 with its claws and 1 with its sting. God, I love this creature. It rolls, so its claws and its tail come at you in a blinding flurry. It hits you for an 11, a 13, and a 12. Do any of those hit?
Nope. AC 17.
Joseph, you saw this creature coming before it even left the bone pile, so you sit there just rolling your shoulders, and all of its attacks just miss your shoulders by inches.
Joseph, at this point in his mind, at this point, is like, you know, this isn't fucking bad. Why haven't I thought of this?
All right, Joseph, it is your turn, and you are a glabrez. What do you do?
I'm going to use multi-attack to go for all attacks. 2 pincers, 2 fists.
God, that's so many attacks. Roll for it. Thank God the Bone Devil has a massive armor class. Wait, are both of these creatures the exact same CR? They are. Wow. This is a proper monster battle here.
Wait. We're both the same CR. I could have been a Bone Devil too, but yeah, actually, this is better, actually.
It really is. This video will get instantly demonetized, otherwise I would. Except your attacks are much more successful. 2 of those hit.
Alright, so that's 1 pincer and 1 fist, I'm assuming?
Were you doing... I'm assuming you were doing 2 pincers first and then 2 fists next?
Yes.
Alright, then yes. 1 pincer and 1 fist hit. Roll for damage while I roll his deck save. Does he have... Believe it or not, this creature has proficiency in certain saving throws, which is nuts.
I believe it.
Thankfully for you, not in dex. Ooh, that's not good.
This is for the pincer.
Ouch.
And that's for the fist. And I guess I caught him in my pincer with that 9 and.
So you grab the Bone Devil by its bony throat with your pincer, cracking one of the vertebrae. With it now stuck in your grasp, you cock back your fist and just smash it across the face. A devastating right hook.
I'll roar in its face and end my turn.
Muscle Wizard cast first!
Oh, god damn it.
Alright, Heathcliff? Alright. So, So Heathcliff, this Warforged construct, is going to walk right up next to you, Joseph, and he is going to ready action shove you across the room should one of these attacks look too imminent. Now, you can choose to resist, but I recommend not, because he's going to be shoving you out of the way.
Okay.
You tell him to protect... Oh, you tell him to protect Sharad. Okay, gotcha. So, Sharad, this guy is right next to you, hands nearly touching you, ready to shove you out of the way. Alright, so, that makes it Xavier's turn. Goku time, let's do it! I believe they are, but just in case, Xavier, my boy, are Monk's Fists magical weapons for the purposes of overcoming resistance? Oh, radiant damage. Never mind. That's right, because you're Radiant Sun Soul, whatever bastard. Let me check hits. And you'll be devastated to know that it's not resistant to radiant damage. Let me see. What hits? 27 and the 25 hit. That's 9 and 9, 18. Okay. All right. So Xavier, you charge in there and you just start hi-yahing. You've got roundhouses and fists. You're just a blur of a man attacking this creature. The Bone Devil is almost as fast as you are, and he's able to block 2 of your strikes with a karate chop to your ankle as you try to roundhouse him in the head. But you get 2 solid uppercuts in his chin, and he stumbles a few inches backwards. Oh no, wait, Radiant Sunbolt. Never mind. You're just firing that at... My apologies. So, you fire your Sunbolts. He bobs and weaves through 2 of them, but he throws himself off balance with the second dodge and takes 2 to the face.
That is a good question, but I don't know. How would you rule that, Xena? He's asking should they be with advantage because he's grappled, but honestly, I wouldn't think so. I'm in the crossfire as well.
Well, let me look up grapple. I have the table of contents bookmarked. Grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from bonuses to speed. It ends if it is incapacitated. Let's see.
So it would fail dex saves instantly, but it doesn't say it would have disadvantage.
The grappled condition does not specifically state it gets advantage or disadvantage on any checks. You're essentially you're stopping it from getting it away. You've got this bastard in by the neck. He can't get away.
And I'm gonna make sure it stays there.
You can tell this creature is eyeing the bones, and he keeps like pantomiming like he's gonna dive back into the bones and hide. But every time he lunges for the bone piles, you just hold him steady by the neck and bring him back to your face. All right. So does that end your turn, Xavier? All right. You know. Gasai. I need a drink of water.
Okay.
Magic Missile, 6th level. Alright. Well, Magic Missile hits regardless, I believe. So, let me check his immunities and resistances. Nope, just roll for damage, my dude. Making me look shit up. One moment. Alright. Base level casts 3 glowing darts of magical force. You get an additional dart for each spell slot of 2nd level or higher. So this is 6th level. That's 5 extra darts, so that's 8 total darts. So that's 8d4, and each individual dart gets a +1, so that's 8d4 plus 8. Whew! I just need to tally some math. I need to see how hurt he looks.
I'm assuming hurt, because if we're both CR9s, his health can't be that much bigger than my current form, right?
Alright, so as you're pelting this man with magical darts that he literally can't avoid, you can see just chunks of bone and spines and other spiky bits just get blasted off en masse. He doesn't really bleed even when his bones are shattered, but just by the amount of material you've shaved off, you look like you've done quite a bit of damage. Joff!
Joff being the badass he is, I don't know anything about the weapon Xavier gave him, so...
Xavier, you want to send him that? If you don't have the link, I will find it.
Okay, you have a +1 bonus to attack rolls with this magic weapon. The weapon has a broken blade, can expand the charge to extend the blade. Magical, okay. But he would have to attune to it. We didn't even have time for that, right?
Let me see if it specifically calls out an attunement requirement, then that would take time.
Yeah, it usually takes about the length of a short rest, and we were going in there shorter than that.
I'm gonna actually look it up because I want to get this correct. Because I feel like it doesn't have a time requirement unless it calls for it, but I'm double checking. I've already got it pulled up.
Alright.
Attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused only on that item while in physical contact with it. Have you done that?
No, he just got it. Like, before we entered this room, he got it then.
Okay, so by the default rules of D&D, you cannot attune to it. It's essentially a non-magical short sword.
Alright, so instead of using that, I'm gonna have Jeff not use his set his shield aside, and he's gonna two-hand his spear, and he's gonna go rushing in there and spear this bastard.
All right, rushing charge. Let's do it. Roll hit.
Alright, so that's a +7. And he does have a multi-attack. He can make 3 melee attacks or 2 ranged attacks. Oh, and I'm doing melee, so 3 spear. Only 2 of those hit.
All right. Yep. Roll for damage on 2 of those. You said it's a spear, right?
Yep, and he's two-handing it.
Is it a magical spear?
It is not just normal spear, so he will take half damage from this. That would be 21, so half of that.
All right. So you see Geoff charge with this spear, and he hits this bone devil with this spear, and you see him scrape off some of the dust and put some scratches in it. But despite all of the impact he put behind it, the creature looks mostly a little bit annoyed by the attack. You can really tell that would have seriously fucked up anyone other than this bone devil.
Yep. That's unfortunate. Oh, wow.
All right, Shorad. Ooh, chromatic orb. So you throw this little sphere of energy at the creature. What element are you choosing? Acid. Okay. So a 27 hits. Let me check his resistances and immunities. Not immune. Fabulous. So you hit him right in the chest with this 4-inch sphere of acid. It explodes on contact and splashes over him. You can see this acid like eating its way to the marrow. It looks like it causes him intense pain, but as far as damage is concerned, not as it's just not a powerful enough attack to really bring it down. Alright, and guess whose turn it is?
You're not going anywhere. Roll shit, come on.
Alright. So, I'm just going to make sure that grapple doesn't mean that it can't actually attack, and then he'll roll at the end of his turn to escape. Speed is 0. Condition also and blah, blah, blah. No, there's nothing saying that he cannot attack or attacks on disadvantage. Fun. So, since you're the one grappling it and it wants to murder you for having the nerve to grab it by the neck, it is going to just deploy all of his attacks against this enemy Glabrazu.
Alright. Come on.
None of those is a nat 20, my dude.
Oh, fuck. Ow. Okay, yeah. Only 2 of those hit this because the nat 20 and just the 20.
Okay, so the first attack, which was the nat 20, its first two attacks are with the claw. So let me roll normal damage and then I'll double it. Alright, so while you've got it grabbed by the throat, it lowers its hand and uppercuts you from like navel to chin with its claw. It doesn't penetrate deeply because of your thick hide, but man, that's a big wound and it bleeds a lot.
Oh, shit.
Its second attack is also, fortunately for you, only a claw attack. So as it uppercuts you with one, it overhands you with the other, bringing it from like forehead to chin.
Ooh.
So, it just barely misses tearing out your eyes as it puts a fresh scar on the side of your Glabrazu's face. You take 5 slashing damage. It springs out its tail, but with your free pincer, because you're one-handing this dude, you catch it mid-strike. Then the two of you just start wrestling, and you're trying to put him in a headlock. He's trying to murder you. It's an absolute melee.
Oh, that's scathing.
Joseph.
Just after like taking that beating, Joseph's just gonna like kind of shrug it off a bit, kind of look at him, get a toothy grin, and go, "Power, word, stun."
Oh shit. What's the HP requirement?
150 or lower.
He is stunned.
Oh shit! Hold on. Okay. Oh yeah, so it's instantaneous. It doesn't need to check. I had to make sure just in case. Like, holy shit! Yes, and that is the end of my turn because that requires an action.
Fuck, I didn't know a Glabrazu could use power word goddamn stun. Holy shit.
Yeah, I saw the spells. I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome. What do I use this? And I thought about it after a while, like, oh, after all the damage, it's gotta be hurting.
Okay. Stunned creature is incapacitated, automatically fails strength and dex saves. Rolls against the creature have advantage. And what does incapacitated do? Incapacitated means it can't take actions or reactions. You have ruined this dude's day.
Shrug, best choice of a monster ever.
I believe that ends your turn, does it not?
It does. Let him have it. Go, Goku, Xavier.
So it is Heath's turn. What's Heath gonna do? Alright, Heath will continue to hold action, save your life. But from the looks of it, he probably won't need to use that. Oh, the Bone Devil is stunned. Alright, well if he is done, then we will move on to the next one. And Xavier, that's going to make it your turn. What you got for us, buddy? Are these actual unarmed strikes or sunbolts? Xavier, are these unarmed strikes or are they sunbolts?
If you're trying to talk, yeah, hear you or you're something.
Your voice was coming in super clear at the beginning of the session, but I don't know if your connection went out or what. Okay, so 27, 17, 17, 18, one of those hits and deals 5 damage. Alright, so Xavier, while you're firing off these sunbolts, you're trying to also not murder your friend, causing you to overcorrect, and you miss 3 of the strikes. So only one of them registered. So it takes 5 radiant damage as you bounce a sunbolt off its dome.
I see all 4 unarmed strikes.
Same. Alright, it is Yuno's turn. Magic missile, I'm assuming? Alright, as Yuno starts waving her hands and just underhand throwing magic missile, magic missile, magic missile, just pinwheeling her arm to deploy these things in rapid machine gun fire. Phew, 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 phew. She misses entirely, but being magic missiles, they automatically correct and just obliterate the back of this creature, exploding his ribs, which turn to dust and fall to the ground. He's now a wriggling, writhing spine with arms, legs, and a head. And a tail.
This poor bastard.
You can see petrified organs that were protected by the ribs are still struggling. His stony lungs are slowly expanding, his nearly petrified heart beating slowly, expelling dust with every pump. Geoff?
Alright. Joff is going to do exactly the same thing he did last turn and go in with 3 attacks with the spear. And wait, because he gets advantage on this, right?
Grapple does not specify advantage on it. No, but he's stunned, so yes. So yeah, go ahead and roll for your attacks with advantage there, Geoff.
There it goes.
Alright, Geoff, a very skilled gladiator that he is, has absolutely zero trouble just slamming his spear into his paralyzed foe. Just wham, wham, wham! Every attack hits. Roll damage.
$37 in total, but it's half damage considering non.
Let's see. 37 rounded down to 36 to round half of that. 15 plus 3 is 18. Let me do math.
Sure, how did Xavier like 18? Have it upward.
Alright, Geoff, despite using a weapon that this creature is resistant to, is able to drive his spear through the bone devil's stony heart. You see the heart crack under the impact of his the spear, and for a moment he just sits there, breathing heavily. You see red ichor pouring from its stony heart. Geoff has the chance to deliver the finishing blow. How does he end it?
Alright, so being as Joseph is holding the bone devil, Geoff takes his spear and just runs it straight through like the protective layer of the rib cage to the heart, and then takes the palm of his hand to the back end of the spear, just with all his strength forces it all the way through, straight through the spine of the bone devil and out the other end, basically making a bone devil shish kebab.
The bone devil, whose rib cage was already partially damaged and is mostly just spine now. As you run it through his spine, you also slice the creature in half. The creature is in two pieces. Its legs fall to the ground, its upper body suspended midair by its pierced heart. It screams and thrashes and tries to scratch you with what little life it has. It slowly, painfully goes still and quiet.
Well, shit, good job, guys. Joseph's just gonna look at the egg he has and just kind of snort at it and chucks it over his shoulder.
All right. The creature falls to the ground completely motionless.
Alright. Joseph's gonna hear Sherrod ask this, kind of look up at to where that chest is, and looks back at Sherrod nodding. Dude, we were like making a big issue of it this entire time, but the moment Sherrod came, was like, I have a plan. I'm gonna make you into this, Joseph. And it fucking paid off. What the?
All right. So you have the room is 30 feet high. At the very top, on sort of like a shelf, on like a plateau, if you will, there is a massive chest. There are skulls that you can climb on. Their little eye sockets are just large enough for your fingers to stick into, so you can climb.
Joseph doesn't need him as he casts spider climb, just walks up it.
Alright, as you, like a vampire, just put your foot on a wall and start walking up vertically, you're able to get to the chest.
I fucking love spider climb. I want to investigate this chest, make sure there's no trap.
Absolutely.
$21.
As you examine this chest, you are very suspicious to find that there are no obvious traps. In fact, this thing isn't even locked. Where a lock for the chest should be, there is simply a coin with an image of a fireball on it, where the lock should be.
Wait. Are you saying I would start a coin in here and all of a sudden I'm gonna get fireball?
Maybe it's just an ordinary coin and someone felt decorative and decided to carve the image of a fireball on it. You don't know.
Well, fuck. Joseph's gonna look down to Sherrod and be like, you wouldn't happen to know the spell, would you? Doesn't look like it, so that means, yeah, I'll assume Sherrod says, I haven't prepared it yet, or some shit, and Joseph's gonna look over at Xavier going, can Yuna get up here? My god.
Alright, let me check her spell list really quickly. Oh man, she's got a lot of spells. She can create a lock.
We don't want her to create a lock. We want in here, but we don't want to get blown up by a fireball.
No, wait, yes, she does have Dispel Magic. Alright, so she will cast Dispel Magic at, what's its default level? 3rd level, which does not immediately work. She is going to have to roll using her spell casting ability, which is intelligence. One moment.
Alright, no problem.
As she attempts to cast Dispel Magic, you can see the image, like the just a spectral hologram of an erupting fireball fighting her magic, and her spell breaks and falls apart. And she goes, I think this magic is at a higher level than I can usually cast. This might take several attempts. But luckily, she says, cracking her knuckles, I have a lot of magic.
Oh, if that fails, I do have an idea, and I know one individual who's not gonna like it. As I snap my fingers, bringing the Pixie Morgan back, and she's like, "You summoned me? Stand by."
What is Morgan going to do?
I'm having her stand by, but the idea is if Yuno can't dispel this, I'm gonna have everyone leave the room, and this will probably destroy whatever's in there. But it's basically the only way I know to open it. I'm gonna give Morgan a coin of fool's gold, thieves' gold, and put that in the slot when we're out of the room. If Yuno can't dispel this.
Alright, she casts the Dispel Magic at 7th level, and she still has to roll for it. This magic, even at 7th level, is still fighting her. This magic is higher than 7th level. And she fails again. Let's see.
Damn.
Let's see, she has 1, 3, 6, 9, 8. Okay, yeah. She can try 8 more times, so she's just going to brute force it. As you cast Knock, nothing happens, because it's not a lock. It is a coin with a magic spell cast on it. Oh, right, thank you. Alright, so let's see how many tries it takes for her to get it. She tries again, fail, tries again, fail on the 3rd attempt. After expending a total of 5 of her spell slots to do this, she finally dispels magic. You can hear the sound of a 9th level fireball erupting. But it is only the sound as the enchantment is broken, and an ordinary gold coin falls to the floor.
Alright, I'll take that gold coin and pass it on to Yuna, going, oh, yeah, you earned this.
Alright, Yuna will grab the edge of the chest and throw it open, and inside you see 4 corpses.
Of course, because you said there were bodies could fit in here.
Now, you've spoken with Gregor many times, and you immediately recognize his party members, his bard and his other companions, all tucked away in this very large 6 foot by 6 foot chest.
Oh, this is unpleasant. Can I deduce from like what Gregor's told us and from this that his party members died and the Bone Devil just collected the corpses and put them in this chest?
Let me actually... is anyone here proficient with medicine?
Yeah, that will be a nope from me, and I know Geoff is not, so relying on you guys. Well, fuck.
You're unable to see the state of decay, but they are definitely decayed Like their faces are like sloughing off their skull. Their eyeballs have liquefied. Their arms have like turned to almost like leather, just clinging to bone. These people are gaunt and disgusting. There was no attempt to preserve or mummify these bodies.
Alright.
So you can leave them in the chest and carry the chest, or you can take them out of the chest, which would be lighter but more awkward.
Well, I'm assuming there's nothing else in the chest, and obviously knowing Gregor, he's gonna want his comrades buried, so I'd say we just take the chest with the bodies and
Alright, Heathcliff and Geoff will close the chest, grab it by both ends, and start walking away with it.
Alright, and we're getting the fuck out of here.
Alright, is there anything else you want to do in this area before you leave it? I believe you have destroyed all of the traps and even found a secret passageway out of here.
Yep.
Right,
Xavier said he's gonna take the small samples of the. God, what is your freaking druid doing? Every time you give me an idea of your druid, I'm like, this doesn't sound like how you told me about it. I'm like, this is a weird monkey.
That is true.
Yeah, yeah.
So have you guys ever seen like malt powder or like whey protein powder?
I have, yeah. I work with it over at Walmart. Like, I mean, I stack some. I have to stock it sometimes over at fucking
So you see Xavier crunching up these bones that's already dust and crunching that dust into as fine as like malt powder and putting it into one of the vials. He only gets enough to fill one vial. The rest is too coarse and rough and gravel-like to be useful in a potion. Like, you would almost wonder if this man's gonna make a milkshake with this powder.
it is calcium.
Add 1 vial of magic bone dust. I believe I've answered this question before, and I don't want to overrule what I said before, so let me check. I've previously ruled that magic bone dust is uncommon. I believe you already have 1 vial of this stuff, so you can just change that 1 to a 2.
Wait, what? He's collected bone devil dust before? What?
Yep.
The fuck you been doing on your spare time?
Alright. Well, if there's nothing else, you guys can safely leave the ossuary. Victorious, with Geoff with his non-magical weapon coming in the clutch to obliterate this bone devil.
Yep. Jeff will hand the sword back to Xavier, saying, "Thank you for lending it to me. Unfortunately, I didn't need it. Look at this bod!" as he flexes his muscle.
Love it. So, when you guys return, are you returning to Rex City, or are you stopping by Xavier's barony, or are you stopping at Joseph's barony? Where are you going?
Like, this guy's buried. Oh. Oh my god, Gregor, speak of the devil. We just basically defeated the bone devil, and we have your comrades in a chest We're trying to figure out where you want them to be buried. I held the button for so long that it actually stuck. Holy shit. Wow, straight to the point there, Xavier.
So there's one level up for each time you bury a body. Each body is to be buried in a separate location, which I believe should already be posted in level up quests.
Oh, really? Shit.
Um,
And I would assume, of course, Greg would.
Unless Drigger wants to keep it a secret and do it himself when he's in session, it's entirely up to him. Because I have it written down, but I don't know if he told you.
That is true. Oh, it says on here, bury the bard, bury and bolt. Burial top. Okay, we do have one location. Then shipwreck. What the? Gregor, how many people do you need to bury?
Exactly 4.
I mean, is this a recurring theme considering we lost 2 of his NPCs and he lost an entire party? Are we all gonna die with him around? No, we can't hear you. Sorry, Gregor.
I don't have you manually muted, so I don't know why you're on mute.
There you
Is it better?
Yep.
All right. So pretty much, all my friends died when we went to go fight this bone devil, though we didn't know that we were fighting a bone devil. So now I need to bury all of them.
Alright. The real question is where?
One's pretty easy to bury. It's just outside of Rex City. The other is in the woods, and that's the burying bolt. At the top of this real tall spire, in the Wasted Spires, I need to bury another person. And then in an underground, like, ship, like, site, underwater ship site, that a lot of ships, usually the ship graveyard, I need to bury a Triton person. So, yeehaw.
Okay. I only have one issue with this. I recently just got my Emerald card and you're telling me I already have to, like, go looting. Like, not looting, like, no, littering. I have to go littering in the Elven Woods. Yeah, that's not gonna look good.
We need to go to the woods, and that's why it's called the burying bolt, because we need to bury the body and then get out of there. Anyways, I'll see you guys in like 7 minutes. I'm on the bus and using my data.
Alright. Okay, so we got one outside of Rex City, we got one at a ship graveyard, we got one in the Elvenwoods and one at the Waste Spire. I'm not comfortable with the Elvenwood one.
Yeah, the Wasted Spiral one is also like 20,000.
And we have to carry this chest. He described that your party members were like already like freaking melting away. They were decomposing. So we have to
It's
either
been a while.
we have to take it like doggy bags, and we gotta take the chest.
Okay, anyways. See y'all.
This Garrigus runs away in doggy bags. That's so gross. I love it. I'm just imagining like you holding the decomposing body upside down with like a garbage bag. Just slough, slough, slough.
I always only know that because I watched an Animal Planet video where this guy found a dead dog in a car on a summer day, and when he opened it, he was trying to pull the dog out of the car, and the moment he grabbed its paw, it already like squished in his hands. It was already decomposing, so it was like, oh shit. Yeah. So even he was sick. I was like, dude, what the fuck? But yeah, so we're gonna head back to Rex City, and if Greg has told us this, we can easily bury the one outside of Rex City, easily.
All right. So as you guys go to Rex City, are you going to go straight to the point where you can bury the body, or are you going to go speak with anyone in town, or drop by the barony, or where exactly are you headed first? We go there right away. All right, so the burial spot is actually on the other side of the wall. The king said there's an unused plot of land that you can bury a body without having to pay a fee to bury him in the graveyard.
Awesome.
All right, so as you all go there, shovels and picks in hand to start burying, it's 25 gold pieces to bury them in the graveyard. So that's per person. So for 4 of them, that would be 100 gold.
Yeah, only one of them. So we only need like 25 for one individual.
Correct. All right. So as you go to the king to pay for the rights to use the graveyard, you can see that in front of the castle, the kingdom is just. It feels like the entire kingdom is gathered around the Jarl's longhouse.
The one where that we basically just had imprisoned of the first two.
So the previous Jarls were imprisoned, and Hannah the Regal got elected new Jarl. So you know that she lives in their longhouse now. You can see guards shoving people away from the entrance of the longhouse.
Joseph, out of curiosity, is gonna go look the others, going, "You guys go ahead. I'm gonna check that out as I make my way that way." And you're looking to just ask simple questions. I haven't had a short rest, so I don't have any of my spell slots.
As you push through the ground, the crowd sees you and they recognize you because the bards have been busy at work making you famous. So people willingly get out of your way. In fact, the guards will even grab you and pull you closer. You can see they kind of shove you inside. You can see the king and a couple of veteran guards are looking over a desk. Their backs are blocking your view.
All right. I kind of walk up and I'm pretty sure I'll settle the king, but I'm gonna bow at a distance and say, "Good day, Your Majesty. Is everything all right?"
It is most certainly not all right. Look at this. As they step aside, you can see Hannah the Regal, face down on her work desk, a dagger in her back, her clothes splattered with blood. Within her own blood, there's a message written facing you in her blood. There will never be peace in Rexland. And as you look at the hilt of this dagger, you can see it is indisputably an elven dagger.
Oh, fuck.
In fact, it is embedded with a whole bunch of intricately made gemstones.
Joseph is. Well, that would be. It could possibly definitely be a setup. Someone trying to keep the war going, like Xavier's implying. But have we found any other evidence other than just the dagger?
There were no signs of a struggle. Whoever came in and stabbed this person either had the key or was let in. And take a look at this. Does this dagger look familiar? I'd like both of you to make an investigation check.
I swear to God.
Xavier, you know this dagger. You, more than anyone, would recognize this dagger at an instant. Because you've seen this dagger at least 4 times a month every month for the past several months. This is Nania Floshem's dagger. And Joseph, the same realization dawns upon you.
Oh, shit. Uh,
The king looks at you. Do you recognize the dagger?
yeah, I'll look at Joseph and kind of look back at it and at the dagger and give a slight nod. Then I'll look at the king and say, Your Majesty, I think it would be in our best interest if a fellow associate of ours, as well as his an employee that works with them, look further into this.
Do you or do you not recognize this dagger?
I do, unfortunately.
You see Hachiman, one of the men who applied for the position of Jarl previously, shoulder his way through, and he points at the dagger and says, I know whose dagger that is. It's Nania Floshem's. She's a traitor to war!
Wow, he was quick. Just I want to insight this motherfucker. He was quick to just like point it out and be like, "To war!"
He pointed at this dagger from 30 feet away, looked at it once, and said it was Nania's.
Yeah, that's why I'm inciting this fucker. I think, yeah, there's something wrong with this.
Go ahead and roll for it.
Thank God I got one more lucky dice. I'll try lucky just in case.
Sure.
Oh, well, looks like the 6 is the better die.
Alright. Joseph, you think this could go either way. You're not 100% sure. Xavier, there's no doubt in your mind. There's no fucking way he could have looked at it once from 30 feet away and known it was Nania's dagger. You can see at the corner of his lips, though he's pretending to be shocked and offended, he is smiling.
Joseph's just gonna glare in the direction, contemplating if he really did know it or not.
All right. So, Xavier, you try to urge the king not to go to war, saying that you don't think the elves are responsible. You think the dagger was stolen. You think might know who it is. You just start laying into him and trying to convince him not to go to war. But he is furious, and he is moments away from declaring war. And now I know for a fact that Nania isn't involved. How can you be so sure? I know you recognize that dagger. I can see it on your faces. And a trusted advisor just said it was Nania's. What are you hiding from me?
To be fair, he said that at 30 feet away and said it as if he knew. And I'm with Xavier on this. I agree with what he's saying. Because there's no. Even if Nanya did do this, why would she risk putting her own kin in danger?
Hachiman will look offended and be like, "Clearly, I was the second most popular choice for Jarl, and I should take her position and her armies. We must go to war at once. There's no time to waste."
Oh, yeah, that's not suspicious at all now, is it? The second most popular Jarl, and you are looking to go to war. And Xavier's going, "My king, you find it surprising that the man that wanted a war with the elves is the first one on the."
I'd like both of you to make a persuasion check to convince him to go against the advice of an advisor who he's known for many years longer than he's known you.
I have a plus. Oh, he said both of us.
Yep, you and Xavier are pleading for him not to. Oof, that's not very good.
Ah, and I don't have a lucky dice. No!
Did you already use your lucky?
I had only one dice available, considering the fact I used two before the last session ended, and I had the one, and I used it for my insight. I have no more lucky.
Alright, the king will cross his arms and be like, "I believe you are biased. I know you are friends with Nani and you would never want to imply her, but the evidence is the evidence, and I must trust my advisors."
I will quickly interject and go, "Your Majesty, as I said, we both know we both know someone that could look further into this." As I kind of mumble into his ear, leaning in close, saying the keyword, "The king is always right," as I step back.
You see him pause and take a deep, deep breath and say, 48 hours. Hachiman, gather the men, prepare them for battle. The amiable arsonist will have 48 hours to investigate this. If you can find proof, solid, indisputable proof, that this was not actually the elves, I will call off the invasion.
Joseph will bow and goes, "I'll get in touch with our associate immediately." And out of character, I know Salty can't participate, but I will, in character, inform him once I've had a short time to recharge the sending stone, and I'll don the alter ego to look into the matter.
All right. So it is at this point that Gregor joins the party. If you are ready to join.
We saw the thing light up, but we cannot hear you. Nope. Still no. There we go. We got something.
Oh.
Damn it.
All right, you disconnected for a minute. Are you back with us? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
All right.
So, what did you two get yourselves into?
Oh, just possibility of war lingering on Rexland.
Excellent. Well, I got the okay from King Rex, and you guys have the bodies, correct?
We do, and Xavier actually paid the fee to give your friend a proper burial. So let's quickly bury him, and I gotta look into this matter.
Mm-hmm. Burial time.
Okay, so you're all burying him in the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So are you all going to the graveyard together, or is Gregor going alone?
I'll go with Gregor to the graveyard to help bury him because I want to see that through to the end, and then I'll proceed with my own investigation on the situation.
All right. As you go to the burial and you start digging up the plot of land you were assigned, you can hear rumbling and growling below ground. Something big is moving below ground.
God damn it! Can we not catch a break?
I look at it with my glasses. Do I see anything?
You do not see a fiend below ground, but you can definitely hear its growling. Sure, make an nature check, Xavier. You're not entirely sure, but there's a high chance that this could be a bullet or something similar, and you're confident that if you keep digging right now, you're in for a fight. A time-consuming, exhausting fight.
Well, that's a matter we need to inform. Oh no, I don't. I'm shutting up. I know nothing about this because Xavier hasn't informed. Ah!
You can certainly do it right now, but there is a time
DM
constraint.
level up. What?
We have to like. Oh, he's saying this in character. Okay, never mind. I'm shutting up.
So, you can keep digging and trigger the encounter and level up right now, which will take time, but you do have 48 hours.
Okay. So, big creature in there, right? You two can just run along. If it's something like a bullet, I should be fine.
I don't know if I'm comfortable just leaving you by yourself with the monster. But I do need to see this through. I can leave G off with you to help aid you in the fight.
Thank you. Now you two do your investigation. I'm not much help on that sort of thing, so shall just get this level or whatever.
I can unleash my ultimate attack and get rid of it in an instant. As if you're, what are you, Goku with Ultra Instinct?
It's fine, Xavier. Don't waste your energy. I have plenty of ultimate attacks, quote unquote. Okay. Well, see you two. Good luck with the investigation.
Alright, good luck with your fight and burying your friend. Sorry we can't be here for that. Yeah, Jeff already gave back your sword, so no worries about that.
Alright, let's continue digging, boy.
Alright, so the party and all their NPCs are leaving for you to dig and fight this creature on your own, correct?
No. The Jeff is staying with
Jaffa, Heath, and Gregor are going to.
Yeah, I'm not leaving Gregor by himself in this fight. Fuck that.
I mean, if it literally is just a bullet, I should be fine.
I'm pretty sure it's not, but who knows, right?
Let's see.
Knowing Zeno with his love for murdering children and players and NPCs, it could be something very, very evil, and he probably is looking for a reckoning after what happened with the.
Eh. 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 Anyways, let's dig this boy up.
All right, as your friends leave to go investigate, you and Geoff and Heath stand aside to continue digging and face this creature on your own. As your shovel digs to the 6 foot deep, you can feel the rumbling. The creature is coming. It's coming for an ambush. Do you ready in action?
Yes, I ready my action of swingy my sword real good.
All right, a bullet, an undead zombie bullet, erupts from the ground, jaws first. But you readied in action. Go ahead and deploy it.
Epic. So it's time to slashy big time. So ready action, you only get your action, right?
One single action, yes.
All right. Swordy swing time. Got 19 and a 28, and I got a total of 15 damage.
Alright, let me just double check its armor class on the undead variant. Got an 19, 18. Yep, both of those hit. Wait, my apologies. A 19 does hit and does... I'm so sorry. Yes. Let me check its resistances really quick. Nope. Alright, and then are you spending a charge to use the learning curve?
Sure am.
Alright.
Oh my.
Alright. Even though it's a critical hit, there's nothing in the item itself that says that does anything different, I believe? Or does it? The target takes 25 slashing damage minus the result. Critical, the target takes no damage on a nat 20 and 50 total damage on a nat 1. Well, shit! It deals no extra damage.
Oh boy.
And then I'm assuming Heath and Geoff readied their action, so you can have them attack. And then the bullet will try to bite, and then we'll roll for initiative.
And this is like when they're ready in action, they can only ready one attack.
Correct.
All right, wanted to make sure before I started barraging you with. Oof.
25 hits and 9 does not. Go ahead and roll for damage, Xavier. Okay, so that is 12 damage. Okay. Alright, and now the bullet will attempt to erupt from the ground and close its jaws around Gregor.
Yeah.
Does a 13 hit your armor class there, Greggy boy?
Sure doesn't.
Alright, so as the bullet erupts from the ground, its rotted, tattered flesh flaying off against the dirt, you stand on its teeth, doing the splits, and attack it twice with your learning curve. distracted, one of your allies is able to get a strike in on its side and deal some damage. It is now upon the ground. You land directly in front of it. We are now rolling for initiative. Let me end the previous combat and start another one.
How do you roll that 20 there, but not before?
All right, Gregor, did you roll for a nit? Let's see how speedy you are.
You there, Gregor? I know you said you'd be. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Okay.
There he goes. What the fuck?
All right, so first up is Geoff.
All right. Geoff is gonna two-hand his spear, putting down his shield. I'm assuming his shield is like a +1 to AC, correct? So that way he can keep track of the AC.
If it's a standard common D&D shield, it gives you a +2 to your AC.
Oh shit, man!
If you equip it, it should automatically be calculated in the D&D Beyond AC.
Yeah, it is. It says studded leather and shield on his character sheet, so it's monster sheet. So yeah.
Perfect.
So you have a 14 when I remove the shield. Okay, so two-handing the spear, going in for.
All right, let him have it.
Wow! Even with multi-attack, wow!
None of those hit.
The hell, Geoff? What are you slacking off for? You tight? He ends his turn.
Geoff tries to attack, but the bullet just belches in his face and grosses him out. And he gives a couple of half-hearted pokes, but his heart's not in it, and he misses completely. Heath is up next.
Oh my god.
Heath nearly trips over himself, but again, just a bad breath attack pushes him at bay. Both of those attacks miss. Neither of those hit.
Gregor, I'm very sorry for how incompetent our characters are being, our NPCs are being.
No thing. I'm gonna kill it anyway.
The undead bullet is going to leap 15 feet into the air and then try to land back down on Gregor. With it's going to use its deadly leap action. Okay, so it can use this action to land in a space that contains one or more creatures. Each of those creatures must succeed on a DC 16 strength or dexterity saving throw or be knocked prone. It's not giving me a radius. I'm just going to assume it's anyone within 5 feet. So are all 3 characters within melee range of each other?
I would say we never. I would say because we never classified that they.
Alright, so it's going to try to bite, and then everyone will roll a strength or dexterity saving throw depending on whether you're trying to hold your position and just not fall over, like, crouch down and hold the ground, or if you're trying to jump out of the way of, like, the debris.
Alright.
Alright, I believe a 22 hits your armor class, Gregor, am I correct? You take 31 points of piercing damage as this creature lands on you, swallows you, and bites down hard. It shakes the earth, knocking everyone aside. Everyone roll for either strength or dexterity saves.
Oh, this thing's huge enough to swallow. Oh God, no! We should have stayed, Savior. Oh, Savior can't hear me. Oh. That's my strength saving throw.
Sorry, I'm not really able to do that right now. I'm wiping off our.
All right.
So yeah, Xavier, you need to make either a strength or dex saving throw for your NPC, whichever one they're better with. I would recommend. And Gregor just got swallowed after taking 31 points of piercing damage from the. Ouch.
That's what I call a big goof.
You have lucky, right?
Sure do. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember you having that. So like, you have that, right? As long as you don't hear the result, you can easily fucking roll again. God damn it.
Ooh, my favorite. And even worse.
All right. So since mechanically you're not grappled on its bite attack, let me just describe what happens. So it jumps straight up into the air, lands on you, biting you as it lands on you. And as its feet touch the ground, it just shakes you side to side like a rag doll, opening and closing its mouth, trying to mash you into mush. When it opens its mouth, you're able to push out of its mouth, but you stumble backwards and fall prone directly in front of it. It drools as it goes to bite you again on its next turn. Xavier, you need to make a save for your guy. Oh, you rolled a 7. Never mind. So with a 7, your guy is currently prone by the impact of it hitting the ground. Gregor, it is your turn. You are prone, and you're covered in blood and saliva. What do you do?
I get up, and I slashy. Yum, yum, yum. In my tum.
Yum yum in your tum tum. It's undead. I don't think it'll taste very good.
I don't think so either.
I'm getting up using fighting spirit, then action surging, slashing 4 times with great weapon.
Let him have it. One of those attacks hits.
Shucks.
Or wait, no. Two of those attacks hit. That's an... wait, no. 15, 19, 18, 13. One hits.
Shucks.
Alright, so that is 19 slashing, it looks like. Alright, so you kind of just go berserk, just blah, 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 blah. Just scraping the side of its very, very tough undead hide. And you are sloughing off so much material, but it's just so fat that you're not sure how badly you're actually hurting it. Did the action surge require a bonus action?
No, we didn't.
Alright, and then do you have any other charges you would like to expend?
Say again?
Would you like to expend a charge to impose an intelligence save?
It's just per hit, right? So yeah, just one.
You can use a charge to expend a intelligence saving throw on one attack. So it's one charge per attack. You only hit with one. Do you want to use the charge?
Alright. Yes. Yes, please.
Zero.
Wow.
It takes a full 25 points of damage.
Yum yum. And my turn.
Geoff.
Joffrey, concerned for his companion and feeling very disappointed and discouraged from that and wanting to rally himself, he's going to grasp a hold of his spear with both hands and ram it into the bullet. Here we go, rolling for 3 more. God damn it!
Ping, ping, ping. Just all the strikes bounce off of this creature's natural armor. Even in decay, its skin is too thick.
Fuck. I'm gonna do something else on the next turn, but yeah, that is the end of Jeff's turn as he kind of like sulks there going, what happened before? You pierced through the heart of a bone devil.
Alright, Xavier, it's Heath's turn. One of those was a nat 1 too. I mean, damn.
I know. Damn, Avery is like plotting with you with this whole, we're gonna start a war and we're gonna kill the player.
Nope.
That'd be the big set.
Alright, where's this 2d6 coming from? Oh yeah, the 25 definitely hits. I didn't see you rolled multiple times. Okay, so you're doing 2d6 damage?
Actually,
Or...
Xavier doesn't hit.
Alright. Alright, it's now the Boulette's turn. And he is going to try to bite you again there, Gregor.
We're gonna lose Greg. No!
He's fighting the Greg.
Does a 14 hit your armor class?
Let me check. I'm pretty sure it isn't too. Sorry if this is taking a while. Phone D&D is an odd beat.
I have a character sheet up if you want me to answer it for you.
That'd be nice.
His armor class is 17, so that way it'd be helpful for future hits you may land upon.
Okay. So, with only a 14, the bullet goes and it tries to munch on you again, opening its mouth 10 feet wide and clamping down over your head. You're able to grab its teeth as they come down upon you and hold them at bay inches from your head. Gregor, it is your turn. As you push its mouth away, you ready your next attack. What do you do?
Like a woman in the middle of a dark street, I'm going to try to make...
Like a woman in the middle of a dark street, you're going to try and make it? That is dark!
Mace it. Mace. You know. Like
mace
pepper
it.
spray, but instead it's a real mace.
Oh, I thought you were just you're like, no, I'm just gonna try and make it out alive, like a woman at night. I was like, Jesus. I mean, true, but also Jesus.
Guessing the hit.
Yep, 20 hits, 6 bludgeoning, and then are you gonna spend any charges?
Yes, I'm going to spend a charge to Flame Striker.
Flimele Striker. Alright, what's its constitution? Oh, it's got excellent constitution.
Yeah, it's an undead and it's a bullet. What did you expect?
I expect it to succeed, which it does.
And it does. Oop. Well, shucks. My turn, I guess. There's not much I can do.
Joff.
Alright, Joff this time is gonna put his spear to his side and let me check. I am going to have him hold up his shield with all his might. He's going to charge at the thing, going for a shield bash. So if this hits, the target is a medium or smaller creature. It must succeed on a DC 15 saving throw or be knocked prone. That's only if it hits, though.
Does this affect large creatures, did you say?
Oh, medium or small, so yeah.
It is large.
So, oh, shield bashing. Trying something different.
Sorry, what?
I'm just gonna do a shield bash. Yeah, I can only do a multiple attack with a spear and a shield bash, so I'm shield bashing it.
Alright, plus 7 to hit, 2d4 plus 4. No, okay, gotcha. Yep, go ahead and roll for hit. Alright, well the gladiator can make 3 melee attacks, so you've used 1.
Oh, so you're counting the shield bash as a regular melee? I was thinking it might have been like a special kind of melee, so I wasn't counting that.
It does not specifically state it takes the entire action, so I'm assuming it's just 1 of 3.
Alright.
I'm assuming the other 2 attacks are with the spear?
Yeah, fuck yeah. He'll bash and then try spearing him with the... Oh my fucking god!
Hey, finally! Roll damage for those fucking spear
Okay,
attacks.
So it'll be
I
2...
have to go right now. Just assume on my turns that Gregor does the big slashy. Goodbye.
Oh no.
Gregor purple mists out of existence.
What the fuck is he? That's the amount of damage he does. Yeah, I'm assuming he might have a resistance.
Wait, is that 25 damage? Holy shit.
Yes. He part of his ability as a gladiator, he does one extra die of damage, which is already added to the character sheet.
Alright, Heath.
We got the savior. We got the.
Nope.
Oh, gotta start having a flyer up, just in.
Alright. Does he have any other actions aside from just the two? I don't think he does. The bullet, annoyed that his prey got away, is going to turn to eeny meeny miny mo, catch a tiger by the toe. If he eats you, that's your fault. Eeny meeny miny mo, Xavier. So let's have him eat Heath.
That's gonna be a hard thing to chew. This is like a Warforged. This. Oh shit! Like a can, Heathcliff is about to be recycled.
So 35, nat 20, that brings that up to a 70 points of damage. How's he looking there, friendo?
Ow. That's an ow. Please tell me he's still alive.
No, that is substantially more than the character's maximum HP. Not quite double, but pretty close.
Well, we're not getting that level up, are we, Zeno? In fact, I think we're not going to get any of those level ups, are we?
Alright, Geoff watches in horror as the bullet bites down on Heathcliff and recycles him. Just chomp, chomp, chomp. Metal and wood and arcane parts just spewing out as crumbled pieces of a former man. And Gregor is gone.
Yep.
Geoff is alone. His friends are either gone or dead, and he's got a fucking undead bullet in front of him. What does Geoff do?
How's this thing looking?
It is looking pretty hurt. It's lost a lot of body mass. One good strike from you could kill it. One good strike from him could kill you.
Yep. So this goes either way. Geoff, at this point, is going to muster his courage. He goes, "The house crystal!" As he charges in two-handed. I'm going to put the spear. I'm going to.
Alright. Pray to your god.
Oh, Queen of Night and Magic, give me strength. Please, please, please!
All of them hit. Roll damage. How do you want to end this?
After seeing his friend get munched on. He's going to go up with the first jab straight into the thing's eye, go for the brain, pull out straight through its jaw up to its head again, going quickly underneath, lifting it up, bring it down to the ground, pull out, and then into its belly with the last strike.
The undead bullet just collapses as flesh sloughs off of bone. The bones crumble to dust. The magic keeping it alive explodes and dissipates into the air. You feel a small amount of evil magic leave the world forever. You see Geoff will pick up the corpse of Gregor's friend, bury him, and move the dirt over. Everybody level up.
And Xavier's wanting to know if he can try to take Heathcliff somewhere to say. I think Heathcliff is gone. He's been recycled.
He is in pieces.
Poor bastard.
Alright, so smash cut as Geoff is solemnly burying his the friend of a friend that he has never met with as much dignity and respect as he would his own family. Joseph and Xavier are out investigating, trying to figure out what the fuck happened to Hannah the Regal. You wasted 0 minutes leaving, so that you are not deducting any time from your 48 hours of investigation. What are you doing?
Alright, so first off, I know I'm going to basically say the keyword phantom on my glamorous leather armor, turning it into the phantom outfit, his outfit, and I'm going to run down the alley and just put on that mask and put on the half-face mask, and I'm going to go back to the scene of the crime as one of the agents of the group he works for, and thankfully the king will know who he is, thank God, and investigate the scene.
Roll investigation.
God damn it, I have yet to do a short rest. I probably should have done that first, but fuck, I wanted to get...
You investigate the scene, and here's what you see. You can see that Nanya appears to have been stabbed in the back a single time. There are no signs of struggle. She hadn't even knocked any of the many things over on her desk. Hannah appears to have simply fallen straight forward as she was being stabbed. Whoever stabbed her, she never saw coming or didn't expect them to attack. As you look around, you see no trace evidence. There's no clothes, no disturbed furniture, no footprints. They just entered in and disappeared as mysteriously as they came.
Alright, I still need to level up, so I'm gonna see if I have any new features. Maybe that'll add to something, I'm hoping.
Xavier, you put your you get on your hands and knees and start sniffing. You use your druidic abilities, mimicking the abilities of a bloodhound, and you just start searching. You smell dirt and mud, and you investigate the carpet on the floor, and you can see on the carpet, ever so faintly depressed by footprints, there are 2 sets: a woman's footprints, about the same size as Hannah's, and a man's footprints, about twice that size. They appear to be walking side by side. The footprints are set in a rug between the entrance and the next room. The room itself has a hardwood floor, so you see no indentations of feet. You can see that the king and his guards have not stepped on the rug, for fear that it might tamper with the evidence. As you ask the guards, every single one of them puts their hand on their heart and swears that nobody directly interacted with Hannah last night. Uh, although they were doing rounds in a circle, so there were gaps of time where there were no guards directly in front of the door. But they never actually saw her come in. They just saw the light was on and didn't bother to investigate.
God damn, slacker.
There are many filing cabinets which were raided by the guards when they investigated the Dominique family, or excuse me, the Dominique family. But Hannah herself is very lightweight. All of her stuff is at her desk, undisturbed.
I'm gonna. Is that one guy still here? The one that came in and immediately accused Nanya of being the murderer, just from 30 feet away, seeing the dagger?
The king ordered him to gather up the men and prepare for war. So he is off in his own home, checking the fit on armor, sharpening swords, making sure everybody is ready for an invasion.
Okay, so never mind that then.
As you dig through her desk, you see quite a few notes, but they're all business notes. She's got a list of things she wants to do with the city of Rex City, and how she wants to do them. And it's all very dry, very businessy, things she would have already told you. She does not keep a diary, and her schedule is pretty lax. It's pretty much like, September 15th, do this. September 16th, do that. Like, one sentence notations.
Alright, I'm out of curiosity. Actually, no, you're probably too far, so never mind. I can't do that. Damn it!
Yes, you saw two sets of footprints. You saw footprints about the same size as Hana the Regal's feet, and large-sized men's feet. They're larger than yours, they're larger than Joseph's. Actually, about your size, Mr. Half-Orc. The smaller set of footprints have a distinct heel impression from Hannah's heeled combat boots. The other boots do not.
Joseph's gonna look at the footprints and look at you. Other than you, there's Joff. There's, well, actually, Joseph's gonna figure. Actually, you fucking called him out by name while he's wearing the. You bastard. Well, after realizing that Joseph's gonna kind of like slap you upside the head, going, "X-nay on the name A. Call me Joker when I look like this." God damn it. He's going to kill me. Anyway, Joseph's gonna look at the footprints and he's gonna think back to the guy. What could I probably put two and two together and assume that his feet are the same size as the footprints we see?
It's hard to say without actually checking, but you could make that assumption.
You know what? I have an idea. As I snap my fingers and Morgan appears and she looks like she's trying to put on disguise herself. She goes, "Oh, I was, yeah. Can you go fetch me a boot from the so and so? The guy that was here. That's why I'm saying so and so. I forgot his name." And she just will cock it at her head like, "A boot? Please just fetch it." So she's gonna fly off and go get one of the guy's boots.
Alright, your tiny little ally will fly off, and in a very short span of time, because Hachiman lives in town, not too far from the castle, she comes back with one of his boots. And as you put his boot next to the footprint, you show his boot is several sizes smaller.
Alright, I'm gonna frown and be like, couldn't have been him, then he must have hired someone.
Joseph, you said you're in costume with your face covered, right?
Yeah, basically the mask, and I put over the half face mask as well, so I'm not giving off my full identity like I did the last time I was first introduced to this group.
You can see a courier wandering around town. He looks kind of lost. He's like looking people in the face, looking at like a what appears to be a description, and he makes direct eye contact with you, looks at the notes, shrugs, and keeps walking.
Hmm. Hmm. Ah, okay. I'm gonna go up to him and ask him some simple questions going, oh, do you know what may have happened here? Were you around the area at this time? Did you see anybody suspicious?
Who, me? No, I've been on vacation all week. I just got back from town, and I'm supposed to find somebody called this. It's all smudged. Fan Tom. I have no idea who Tom is or who he's a fan of. This description is very vague. Apparently, he's wearing a mask of some sort. Doesn't look like anything like yours. Do you know anyone named Fan Tom? Fan Tom.
Joseph will kind of like, because he can't really cock an eyebrow to show him, he'll kind of like tilt his head and be like, I might know of the said person.
He's like, well, maybe you know somebody else. Do you know Joseph? Joseph Christoph?
Oh, yes, he is a baron, and actually, someone I work for. I can easily pass the message on to him.
Look, they dock my pay if I don't deliver this in time. If you know these people, can you just deliver these letters?
I can.
Thanks, buddy. And he'll hand you them. Check that it was delivered on his sheet and just fuck off.
Alright. Hmm. Okay, being as I have time to kill and Xavier obviously has more information going on there, I'll just check these notes real quick.
I thought I had it immediately handy. That's entirely my fault. So, as you open the two letters, you see that the actual contents are identical. They are both what appears to be some sort of bizarre poem that doesn't even rhyme.
Oh, great. I swear to God, if this is from who I think it is.
Are you hiding this from Xavier, or are you letting him see?
Well, as far as I know, he's still working on the investigation. I didn't see him come up, so if anything, if he sees it, he sees it.
I'll send it to you, and you can share it if you want to. Oh, sorry I missed you, Xavier. I didn't hear the ping when you typed. But yeah, if you're looking over his shoulder, then I will post it in public. One letter is addressed to Joseph, and one is addressed to Fan Tom, which is misspelled.
Hell?
At the bottom of the letter is an address that you do not recognize.
Hmm. Uh, Joseph's gonna kind of eye the address for a moment. Suddenly know Xavier there, like, what, done investigating? I don't suppose you know this address.
All right. So as you go to the address, you see it. Wait. Okay. What?
He was basically seeing if you knew the address or not. If not, yeah, we'll definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So as you go to the address, you see it leads to an abandoned building. According to the eviction notice, it's been abandoned for at least a year. You're somewhere in the poverty district.
All right. Looking at this, I'm going to want to detect magic real quick, just to get an idea of what if there's anything magical about it, about the or inside the building if it's possible.
As you cast Detect Magic, you sense none.
Hmm.
Yuno does not detect any magic either.
So Joseph's gonna walk up to the building and he's gonna open it up.
Right. As you open the door, it's dusty, it's dirty, it's quiet, and you see a very large pair of footprints being embedded in the dirt and grime on the floor. They appear to be leading to the bedroom.
Would these footprints be the same size we saw at the at Hana's?
They appear to be.
Alright, I'm gonna follow the tracks, see what it is.
As you follow them into the bedroom, you see a changeling rogue suspended by the neck from a noose, wearing a pair of heavy weighted boots. They appear to be Bandar's boots. He wasn't in the session, so you couldn't compare boot sizes, but you immediately recognize your party members, and it looks like this changeling rogue was trying to frame him. I don't know who Oh, it does not look like DB. It is a male. You, Joseph, you immediately recognize your hired assassin, Ludithus.
Wait. Wait. My hired assassin was a changeling.
Yup.
Joseph's gonna look at this going, well, this is great. I'm gonna look around to see if there's anything else I can pick up from this.
The two of you and all of your friends spend hours digging through this place, and after hours of digging, there's literally nothing.
Well, we have something, but without a confession, we can't really prove that that he was the one to kill Hana. This complicates things.
The only thing you're able to find of note is the what appears to be a pen in his pocket. It appears to be an ordinary quill pen.
Hmm.
You find nothing.
I have the pen, and obviously I know I've already, like, you said no on there being magic, but just out of curiosity, detect magic, thank God it's an at-will ability.
You did read the poem, right? Like, actually read it, right?
Yeah, I did. I know what's going on here, but I want to see if there's nothing more to that pen, and if not, then clearly, obviously, this was a huge stage. This guy was posing as one of our comrades. He went over with Nani's dagger, killed Hana, and then either he hung himself or someone did it for him. And this letter was written to show that he was committing suicide, and it was addressed to me. I don't know if this was. I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be planted to me to insinuate, oh yeah, I might have been hired by this dude to fucking kill her. This is
Upon reading the poem, there's nothing extremely obvious slapping you in the face that you're missing.
Alright, yeah, so so basically everything I said is basically
Nothing else? Okay, moving on.
Did he hang himself? I want to investigate the room, see if there's a chair he could have used to get himself up to where he is. Maybe if there was a bed, I don't know. I want to see if he actually hung himself or if he was hung.
There is very clearly a kicked over chair. It looks like he genuinely hung himself.
Well, fuck. Joseph's just gonna look at Xavier going, clearly we are meant to fail, so if we can't find anything this way, we're gonna have to dig elsewhere. And I might know of a way, but it's going to be risky.
I'm so upset with you right now.
Well, I read it! I did!
Did you?
Yes!
Did you?
Yeah, here I am destined to hang dead. All who know me want me dead. Castrated by the dreams of strong leaders, I am a puppet of the dead. How did it come to this? I am haunted by the dead. What? Is there a ghost in here that you want us to fuck it? Arcana check. Fine. I'll do something here. I'm honestly thinking it still has something to do and this is a setup. Because you... I don't know what else you want from me. My life can never be atoned for. I'm sorry to the dead. To the dead. Who the fuck is dead? Okay. Oh, now bury me in pieces. I don't want to come back as undead. I get where this will lead. Like as a gamer wise, I get if I don't do it, what will happen. But character wise. It's a conflict between me and my character. I don't want to do it as a character, as Joseph, because doing so will look suspicious. I want to do it as a player because I don't want an undead to come back and try to fucking kill us. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't want to metagame. That's the fucking thing.
Never mind, we're moving on. It's not that important anyway. I just thought it was really cool, and I'm upset no one noticed it.
If it's painfully obvious, I'm sorry. Castrated by charms of strong leaders. If I'm missing, obviously I'm fucking dumb and I can't fucking see it if it's important.
Don't worry about it. It's not important. But, moving on. So you examine the room and you find no traces of magic. It looks like Ludithus legitimately just came here and hung himself. And it appears that Nania, being as this is her dagger, is being implicated. And there's a second red herring implicating Bandar because these are his boots. So,
Yeah.
all right, is that what you do?
I'll let him go on ahead as I'm gonna sit outside, take a short rest, get my spell slots and other shit, so I can fucking ponder a bit more on this situation.
All right. So, Xavier, you go to the Elvenwood Forest. You know that Narnia has a stand over by the edge of Elvenwood. And you can see that the stand is covered by elves who have surrounded it. The elves turn around, and as you look at their faces, they all seem to vaguely resemble Adora in some facet or another. And they step aside and point towards the table. Nania's table is empty. All of her stuff is broken, and there's drag marks heading south. Um, the patron of the family, whose name is, it was sent to me. Apparently Fred Flosham is his. Oh wait, no. Yep, Fred Flosham. He's the grandfather of the family. He waddles over to you with his cane and goes, "Someone took our little girl. I know I shouldn't say little, but she'll always be a little girl in my heart." Whoever came here had a serious grudge against her. They smashed everything.
I'm sorry to hear, but do you have a description? Anything? Anybody saw?
We, us and some of the other elves heard the chaos, but by the time we got here, they were already gone and the place was destroyed.
When was the chaos, and what exactly did you hear?
We heard our daughter screaming, so we ran at once. We heard horrible, horrible shrieking and the smashing of objects.
I have no idea. I turn into a wolf, and then I start following the trail of smell.
All right. You immediately recognize Nania's smell, and it does go for quite a while. Make it a survival check to track it.
Wouldn't it be perception of smell? Since both of them are the same thing, I'm just wondering.
Oh, right. So you're transforming into a dog, right? And they have advantage on perception checks that rely on smell.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. The smell is strong, but it goes on for a very long distance. It is going south for miles. You can tell that this is going to be a long trek. Do you run and get your allies, or do you go it alone?
So, what happened?
You purple misted. Heathcliff died. Gregor barely won.
Oof.
All right. You go. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20 miles on your own, just you and Yuno, all the way to the Golden Sands coast. And it is at the docks that the smell disappears.
I really get the feeling we're supposed to fight. God, this is gonna help the investigation. We only have 48 hours. Are you fucking kidding me? Uh,
I mean, it's a very busy port town. There's a lot of people. The only thing that really catches your eye is what looks to be a very sad old sailor drinking his sorrows away and just loudly whining to anyone who will listen. Someone stole my boat! That flamboyant bastard! Fuck him and his bride! I can't believe someone stole my fishing boat. Wherever they were going, they were in a hurry. They could have just bought a boat. It's not that expensive. Well, maybe it is. Well, there were two people. There was this very pale, flamboyant-looking man covered in ruffles and glitter and talking in a pompous accent. And then there was this elven woman. Looked to be about middle-aged by elven standards, but still rather young, as elves often are. But she looked completely dead. Just blank stares, didn't speak a word. Even as they were stealing my goddamned boat, she barely moved. Huh? Not even close. And the man with this woman was far shorter and thinner than Hachiman. Or wait, Hans? Who's Hans? Sure, go for it. He appears to be telling the God's honest truth. You genuinely believe some flamboyant jackass stole his boat. The description of the man you've never heard of before. It doesn't match any of your employees that you've met before. The description of the woman, however, sounds quite a bit like Nania. They got in my boat and headed east. I will. So anything to numb the pain. So if you are on foot and you're moving 20 miles, that's a 6-hour trip down and 6 hours back. By the time you go there and back, it's been 12 hours. Meanwhile, what has Joseph and Gregor been doing?
Don't know about Gregor, but I did post up a message in one of the chats what he does after the short rest, because I did take a short rest to get my spell slots back and some
Okay, well you're literally gonna have to tell me because it's gone. It's been passed by. So you're gonna do what now?
After the short rest. I'm going to have my Pixie Morgan send one of the poems to Swift to see what he can think about it, and I'm going to go back in and recheck the body with my dagger in hand and kind of contemplate opening this bastard up.
Opening what up?
Opening the body up.
Of Hannah the Regal?
No, the assassin.
Oh, go for it. Make a medicine check if you want to carefully perform a Y section.
Too bad I can't get lucky rolls back from short rest. So well.
As you haphazardly hack the body open, spilling all of the guts and organs onto the floor in a bloody mess, you sift through all of it and there's nothing there. It appears to be an ordinary person who hung themselves. You can even see the bruising around the neck and the swelling of the throat, from the inside and out.
God damn him. Freaking keep rereading that post and I still don't get it. Fine. I'm going to leave and I'm going to want to investigate that one y'all's home. I want to see if I can't get any dirty secrets, and if when Morgan comes back, I'll use her to get in close and see if I can't listen into a conversation and do it through her vision as I'm hidden somewhere.
So Hachiman is at home with his soldiers. So there's over 100 people there.
Yeah.
This would be literally the worst time to be sneaking around here. Gregor, what is your character doing?
All right. I don't really know much about the trial, so I'll just help in whatever way I can with.
Gregor, why don't you take a look at the poem that was posted in chat?
Just in general.
Yep.
Swear to God, if he can get it.
Is this like a like riddle poem?
Well, it can hardly be called a poem because it barely flows like one. But this is the suicide note left by Ludithus, Joseph's old assassin, before he hung himself.
Oh my.
Oh no. Did I finally? Oh, God damn. Gregor, do whatever you're doing. I think I might have figured it out, maybe. I don't know.
If I'm reading this right, he wants us to chop him up and then just put his corpse around.
Yes, that appears to be the case. Those appears to be his last request.
Well, you got any thoughts, Joseph?
Is this in Thieves' Cant?
Nope.
Okay, then I have nothing. No, I thought that might have been it. And I was gonna feel stupid for forgetting Thieves' Cant was a possibility code fucking language and shit. Oh, shit. Obviously, no one get you to see what your master plan.
I guess I made it harder than I thought I did. It felt obvious to me, but I guess in hindsight, since you don't know what to look for, you're probably not going to find it, which is a shame. Oh well.
The only thing that keeps recurring is dead, honestly. Fucking a lot of dead, so.
I mean, yeah, that's the last word of every line. So, Gregory, you said you're helping out in any way you can. You can.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Xavier, are you teleporting back with the information about what you heard about a flamboyant man and someone matching Nanya's description getting on a boat? You with us, Xavier? What's your idea? No IDCD for the last 3 men's or what does that mean? I don't speak thieves' cant in real life, Xavier.
He disconnected for the last 30 minutes or so.
Ow! God damn Gen Zers and your acronyms and abbreviations. Punks! You went south. You went 20 miles south. You found a fisherman who had his boat stolen by a flamboyant man with pale skin and someone matching Nanya's description, and then you teleported back. Are you going to tell anyone what you discovered? All right, Gregor, Joseph. Upon hearing this information, what do you do?
Fuck. I'm just gonna curse and Sylvan and kind of like not know how to process this. It really looks like she might be guilty, but there could be more to this that we're not fucking noticing, and I'm going to feel like an idiot, and I'm going to try and close my eyes and ask guidance from my patron because I am lost.
Okay, make a religion check then.
And I'm gonna fail. I know. How did I fucking know?
Nothing but silence.
Joseph is gonna like. He was in a meditative state when he was trying, and he just lays on the ground, going, like, "Give up, fuck it."
Well, just to recap, Hannah the Regal is dead. She was stabbed in the back. There was no signs of a struggle. Someone, she was stabbed with an elven dagger, and it said there was a declaration of war written in her blood on her desk. When you went to Elvenwood to figure out the fuck, Nanya, why is your dagger in somebody's spine? She was gone, and there were signs of a struggle. And someone matching her description was seen boarding a ship and heading east with a flamboyant man with pale skin. I will ask around if there is a priest of the Raven Queen at all. You have been here for many, many months and you have not found one. You do not think that anyone worships the Raven Queen here. Not that you are immediately aware of. No, as far as you are aware, no one here worships the Queen of the Dead. Or any similar undead deity. In fact, Lathander is extremely popular here.
Joseph's gonna look at the poem and go, you know what? It keeps bringing up dead. Why don't we go to the graveyard? Because I'm all out of ideas as I just throw the poem to the side.
Alright, what next?
Well, I think that idea. I don't know if Gregor or Xavier could have.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm getting a phone call.